Thanks for joining us today on LiftRite for episode 8 on muscle gain. If you're serious about gaining muscle and having nutrition dialed in for maximum weight gain, then all you need now are some tips and tricks to train hard and shock your body into an anabolic frenzy.
Performing strenuous compound exercises with maximum force will stimulate your body to adapt to heavy loads along with a prolonged time under tension. This adaptation is reactive to the increased resistance or stress that you put your muscles under.
Gaining muscle is one of two major phases you'll undergo as a bodybuilder. You always hear that a bodybuilder is either in the off-season, known as the bulking phase, or in the fat loss mode, also known as the cutting phase. The bulking phase is unique because it's a little more lax by means of counting calories and keeping track of water intake. The idea is to consume a surplus of calories well beyond your daily calorie expenditure. Those excess calories that are not burned through the normal daily activities and workout regimen will be stored throughout the body and allocated to many areas. Lee Priest is the master of this particular off-season weight gain cycle. Check out the dramatic change in his body composition. This is proof that a lot of hard work and proper nutrition can dial you in to contest-ready condition in no time, before and after. Okay, that was one drastic example with Lee Priest. But if you're not one of those people that likes to gain 30 pounds in the off-season over a period of a few months, and which makes you self-conscious, always trying to hide those love handles with loose clothing, then you fit in the majority of today's health-conscious fitness enthusiasts. Now, if you're like me and you're active pretty much all year round, then you know it's hard to do a lot of those things you normally do if you're a little bit overweight. I've been using the simple method for a while and it really works for my lifestyle. It's what I would consider a clean way to gain muscle mass over a period of time. You've all heard false claims of somebody gaining 10 pounds of lean muscle mass in 1 month, which is humanly impossible if you're a natural bodybuilder. Don't be fooled into believing that because a large percentage of that weight gain is due to an increase in glycogen stores, body fat, and water. The idea is to basically manipulate your body into creating a natural muscle building cocktail of its own by making the best use of those excess calories you're taking in to primarily gain muscle mass. Genetically, our body is programmed to have a metabolic consequence for any change in diet, so your body will respond very swiftly by letting your genes control the expression of enzymes. The enzymes control every aspect of the metabolism, including the activation of different chemical reactions that take place in our bodies. The chemical reaction you're looking for can be obtained by making sure you're eating at least 6 balanced meals every day, taking in more calories than you expend. For instance, if you're a 180-pound moderately active male, then your basal metabolic rate, or calories burned daily, will be around 2,000 calories. If you take in only 2,000 calories, then you'll be simply maintaining your current body composition and see no gains in muscle mass whatsoever. If you increase that by 500 calories, then your body will have to store them, right? See, so eat 6 meals each day, even if a meal consists of an apple with peanut butter or maybe a meal replacement bar if you're on the run. And don't skip meals because that just makes you catabolic, which is a muscle sparing stage. That, along with an aggressive workout regimen, will result in plateau-busting, shirt-bulging changes in your physique. Now that you know what it takes in the way of nutrition, then this is where you can magnify these effects by taking advantage of muscle-building supplements that'll boost your anabolic cycle. I recommend starting with these 3 basics like a multivitamin, a quality protein powder, and a creatine-based blend supplement that'll help with size-inducing, muscle pumps, mental focus, and training intensity. Speaking of training intensity, try this awesome muscle-building workout regimen that is gaining in popularity more and more as people find out about it. What we're going to do now is introduce you to an awesome program that'll give you maximum gains in a short amount of time. If you're hitting a plateau, try this one out for size. I really recommend it. It always works for me. It's called the 5x5 program. The 5x5 program calls for doing 5 sets of 5 reps per exercise. To demonstrate, let's use a barbell deadlift as an example. What you want to do is do 2 warm-up sets with 50% of your 1 rep max. Just get everything moving, get your muscle tissues and your connective tissue, get the blood flowing, get everything warmed up so you can avoid any injuries.
After you get nice and warmed up, then load the bar up to your working weight and do 5 sets. Good job, Tim. Nice and heavy.
Well, you can do 5 reps of all 5 sets. And that means your body is adapted to this particular amount of stress. So increase the weight by 5 pounds. You should be making small gains on a weekly basis, even if it's like 2 pounds. Looks ridiculous, but this makes a big, when you hit your max, this makes a big difference.
The 5x5 program focus on compound exercises for each workout, such as bench press, squats, deadlifts, weighted dips, barbell rows, etc. So some isolation work is acceptable, but don't get carried away.
We're going to show you the rest of these some of the most common compound exercises right now, so stick with us. What Josh is doing now is another common one, and actually one of my favorites, just regular dips. You can add resistance to this by taking one of these plates right here, putting on a weight belt, which I'll show you in a second. Right now we're just getting a quick warm up, get his muscle tissue. We haven't hit the triceps really yet, we just did some barbell deadlifts, so he's getting his triceps a little warmed up so we don't tear anything. This is just with body weight. What you want to do is you find a good weight. If your body weight works very fine, you're getting your 5 or 6 reps and hitting muscle failure, that's cool. If not, you want to step it up a little bit and keep on making those gains, and you'll want to add one of these weight belts. Come on, Josh, keep going. Get them warmed up. And with these in particular, you can actually emphasize your triceps, be a little bit more up. If you kick your feet back, it adjusts the pitch on your body, and it's a little more chest.
This is the dip belt we're going to use for weighted dips.
Some of you beginners might be just starting out with body weight. A couple years ago when I first started this, I could literally, it's a little embarrassing, but I could do 2 or 3 reps with just my body weight, squeeze them up as hard as I can. With this one in particular, you can keep on adding weight. These weight belts are nice because you can put 5-pounder, 25-pounder. I've seen guys use up to 2 or 3 wheels, which is awesome. Just make sure you're getting constant gains and make sure you get your full range of motion. What you want to do is when you go down, go all the way down, keep your elbows kicked back, and make sure it's 90-degree angle and they're parallel with the ground.
Good job.
Make sure and squeeze at the top, get a good peak on the contraction, squeeze as tight as you can, all the way to the full range of motion, all the way down, all the way up.
Another awesome compound exercise is barbell rows.
Notice Josh's grip of choice. He goes a little bit wider than shoulder width, and he's using the overhand approach. A little bit more on the rear delts, the middle of the back, trapezius, the whole back. Once again, this is compound, so you're hitting more than one muscle group, which is awesome. Explode out of the hole. He's going for 4 or 5 reps. This is kind of a warm-up for him. We're basically demonstrating this first off.
You notice Jim's grip of choice is underhand. He has it a little bit wider than shoulder width, puts a little bit more emphasis on the biceps.
All right, now we're going to hit on a little bit of our legs. What he's using here is a plate-loaded squat press. It's a kind of an alternative to squats. We've showed you a Smith machine already. We've showed you free weights. This one we're going to use some a Cybex machine.
This is another great exercise for hitting your calves, your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes. See, this is really heavy.
What Josh is doing now is a variation of a bench press. This is the incline bench press, targeting his upper chest. If your goal is to focus on strength, then take 3-minute breaks in between each set. You'll find that if you recover a little bit longer, then you can increase the weight substantially. Remember, with strength comes size. Once again, some isolation work is acceptable. Don't get carried away. If you don't have access to the machines like this, you're working out in your garage or school or whatever, and you're kind of limited by the use of any machines, use free weights and just kind of be creative and make sure you're hitting your 5-rep max. And if you're hitting those 5 reps easy, bump it up, step out of your comfort zone and put some more weight on, whether it's 2.5 pounds or 5 pounds or whatever. Just make some gains. Make sure and check out some of these calm techniques used to gain quality muscle tissue while making sure you're doing everything possible to maximize gains. You want to warm up properly, use your full range of motion, explosive contractions, time under tension, and breathe properly.